So hello and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins, where as we can see, you and Alistair are the two last Grey Wardens left in Ferelden after Tower Vishal, and here we are. However, I do have to mention that I did replay the Okra battle on my own, because I noticed that we didn't have the Enchanter's Footings, for example, that we earned from killing the one bigger abomination in the forest, because it was on the mage, and I felt that I really would like to still have it with us, considering we earned it and all. So I did replay it and get the Enchanter's Footings and the Enchanter's Army Cap back for ourselves. And for the fun of it, before I also did try this on Morrigan, though it's not very successful or very useful necessarily, but as such, why not do it one more time just for the fun of it. Nothing to steal. But yes, I got the little bit of achievement mark that, hey, you tried still, and congratulations for that. Of course, that is something we definitely cannot be getting into. Regardless, we are ready to be heading on. I hope you don't mind that I did indeed replay the Okra on my own, so I'm not sure if I have the exact health potions and venom potions the same amount as I did before, but otherwise it's the same situation. I did the same level ups and everything of alike. So we have this passive and lockpicks and this one, dual weapon finesse. And strength, dexterity, willpower, magic, cunning, constitution, as follows. Let's go and continue then. Cunning broadens the character's access to skills and helps find weaknesses in enemies' armor. Most rogue talents also receive a direct bonus from high cunning. Yes. Hello, Alistair.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Well, if I would be dead, then I'm sure you would be dead too, so it's not really that weird that I'm alive if you're alive and all. I'm just saying. Well, what do we want to say? I'm not wanna be saying that, so I'm fine. I appreciate your concern, I guess.
This doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Yes, it certainly has, considering otherwise we wouldn't be here now. So why did you save us?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these dark spawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
No, I'm sure it hasn't. The land is hardly united, thanks to Locane, and if he has indeed gone and decided to not be here, I don't... Of course not isn't quite fitting, considering we are very new as a Grey Warden anyways. We just got initiated. It's not like we have been here for long, and it wasn't our aim to be a Grey Warden originally, though it is something we do take seriously now that we are one. And of course, as dwarves, we know that the Darkspawn are quite of an issue, but the land is hardly united thanks to Locane.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The archdemon.
Some of those things, yes, I'm sure. What is this archdemon exactly?
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
Well, considering there has been blights before and it seems to be continuing, yes. We are just as much of a Grey Warden really that Alistair is now, considering it's not like Alistair was a really old Grey Warden either. We drank the Darkspawn blood, we went through the initiation, so really we are just as much of a Grey Warden, so that's not fitting at all. Well, we should definitely contact the rest of the Grey Wardens then.
Kaelin already summoned them. They'll come if they can, but I expect Loghain has already taken steps to stop them. We must assume they won't arrive in time.
Well, will you help us fight this blight as well, Flemeth?
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Loghain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Loghain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Arl Eamon knew what he did at Ostagar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
Arl Eamon, is this someone important actually?
I suppose. Arl Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Well, if you say so, I don't really know about your allies here in the human lands. Everyone will see the danger the blight poses, right? Other than Loghain.
You could wait for the archdemon to make its appearance. I imagine that might be convincing.
It's been centuries since the last blight. Nobody will take it seriously until it's too late.
Surely there are other allies we could call on.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arl Eamon, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
I guess we'll gotta try. As long as there's some profit on it. Kinda would be fitting. Should I say that rather than why not? Isn't that what Grey Wardens do? Well, there's definitely no profit if there's darkspawn, and I think as a... If we were something else than a dwarf, I think I would pick this. Because I had certainly not picked it before, but dwarves, after all, have been driven into very small areas and all that, considering the darkspawn threat on the ground. So yeah, why not? Isn't that what the Grey Wardens do? It's at least something that we could be putting as a goal to try to be going towards.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
Well, we are going, old woman. Don't push us. Well, I'd be happy with just staying alive, I guess. Am I, though? Not really. I did go up into the stage to go and fight against the other dwarves and everything as well to prove our worth, so as ready as we'll ever be, I'd say.
Now, before you go, There is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears. Ha ha!
Well... thank you, but if Morrigan doesn't wish to join us... I don't want to be forcing anyone.
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
Well, okay then. Was this your idea all along?
Pardon me, but I had the impression that you two needed assistance, whatever the form.
I'm
Not
just questioning.
to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite Ferelden against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I... understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
Okay, well, I understand.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
Yes, sure thing. Take all the time you need.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No, I prefer you to be speaking your mind, yes. No, I prefer you speak your mind.
Haha, you will regret saying that.
Dear, sweet mother, you are so kind to cast me out like this. How fondly I shall remember this moment.
Well, I always
Yes, I'm
said if you
sure.
want something done, do it yourself. Or hear about it for a decade or two afterwards.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
Well, we need all the help we can get. And we definitely don't know any magic, nor the way out of here, so I think we would definitely benefit having her along, though I would prefer her to be able to choose if she wants to be here or not.
I guess you're right. The Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
Thanks. Great. Well, I have some questions.
I
Sure.
may have answers. Ask.
Is it just the same ones as before? Have you never been outside the wilds?
From time to time, I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
How is she here then, I wonder? But do tell me about the villas to the north if we are gonna be heading there.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your imperial highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry. And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch.
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
Well, I don't really know much about this area, but I guess it will be okay. So how are we exactly going to be getting past the Darkspawn?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the Darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the Darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
That's not reassuring exactly.
We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent Darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. 'Tis important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Yeah, I could be guessing so. So the Darkspawn are camped further in the forest?
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Well, I'm not too surprised that they came from underground. So what kind of skills exactly do you have?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
That is quite a question, Alistair. Then you can substitute for Alistair. Excellent, you at least be of some. Never mind, you don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's Charred Rabbit from here on out.
That's fine. I can try to do some cooking too. So are you really Flement's daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
Yes. I'm just, wondering her age.
She would no more tell me than you, I assure you.
Okay, well, I have no more questions. Let's
Farewell, Mother.
be heading out.
Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alrighty. Morrigan approves, Alistair approves, so everyone approves a little bit at least. Nature's the beast, the broken circles, a lot of quests to be had. Certainly. Well, let us go. Head out. Yes, we shall cater our party and be heading into the Lotterin, a small town just off the Imperial Highway at the edge of the hinterlands. And so we travel on the road for at least the time being before an encounter comes on and happens. That is Denerim, of course.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Anora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Bannorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
And so...
Bantegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Bantegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
That is a pretty good question. That one villager looked like a very ghostly figure, to be honest. Like you were able to see through them a little bit, in my opinion. And we're on the road for now. The Mabari Hound. Hello. Well, you brought friends, sort of, with a crutch, I guess. Well, or at least they seem to be a little bit, not necessarily wanting to have a nice little conversation with us. I guess I should have actually, before we even left, have a look onto this. What would we exactly want to do with you? Well, we could anyways be rearranging this a little bit, what we exactly want to do. Self-help, train life is good, for sure. So that is definitely something we don't have to be very much about. Self-surrounded by at least 2 enemies, do a mind blast, that's fine. Self being attacked by a melee attack, horror. What did the horror do? The caster forces the target to cover in fear, unable to move unless it passes a mental resistance check. Target already asleep, when the spell is cast, cannot resist its effect and take massive spirit damage. I guess that's fine. I do have to have a look through exactly all of this. I never used a lot of the spider shape, to be honest, or shape shifting with her previously, but we'll see. I do like the Mind Blast, it's usually just a good one to stun a lot of enemies nearby. Then of course these are just simply damaging spells. Disoriented, the caster engages in subtle mental manipulation that disorientates the target for a short time, making the target less effective combatant by inflicting penalties to attack and defense. You could be just doing this. Let's save that Winter Caps Ratter, but health. Someone is attacking against them, I think. Would be good, for example. Not exactly that. Target a party member. Sure. Would that be the best? The caster engages in subtle mental manipulation that disorientates the target for a short time, making the target a less effective combatant by inflicting penalties to attack and defense. Sure, let's have it something like a target main character and then do the disorientate. I think that's okay because definitely we want to be dealing with some enemies as quickly as possible, so that should be helping in that as sus. Then these are more for yourself to stay alive a little bit easier and all that. And then I can just go and try to take care of these certain skills a little bit more myself, as such you are not exactly a skill that I need to take care of myself as much, but definitely these other ones would be. So of course lightning and then vulnerability hex. The target suffers a hex that inflicts penalties to cold resistance, electricity resistances, fire resistance, nature resistance, and spirit resistances. Which is fine. I think you can go ahead and just get that first and foremost. I will try this, even though I was thinking that that's probably not really going to work, but you know, I kind of felt that I had to at least go and try.
Finish this.
It's a shame that we don't have anything that is really good to deal with many opponents. I'm trying to actually move you. Don't come back in a situation like that. Okay, let's just do that so that you actually go where I ask you to go. Just go here and do a mind blast. You start killing that unit as soon as possible. And maybe you could actually disorientate at least the Herlock Alpha. At least you guys are doing pretty good. You're doing a lot of damage there, so that's at least good. Maybe even do a Winter Scraps into it, so it would make... Ah, it unfortunately did resist. Okay. Go and stop that for now. You don't have a really perfect abilities as such, but I guess you could try to do something to like that at least then. Just do a little bit of a bash, I'd say. Didn't manage to do the dirty fighting like I tried. I can't move here, which is really annoying when I wanna get the backstab off. Lovely, that's at least taken care of. Then come and kill this unit ASAP. Unfortunately, the dog is very much down, so that is something that we do need to be concerned of. Unless this guy is almost dead. Okay, you cannot do the mind blast, unfortunately, but otherwise you're okay for now. Yeah, just try to kill that unit. Let's just try to kill these first before going and try to kill someone else. Morrigan, run a little bit, if you could. That would be beneficial for us, I'd say. Okay, good. Try to get the Triton, and then you need to go and try to actually engage this guy, so that he will not be chasing anyone who is weaker, preferably. And lovely, shield pass a little bit too. So I think we're doing fine enough, even if we did lose the dog for now, but I think he's gonna be okay. Aww. Did decide to go against Morrigan in that situation, but hey, otherwise fine. He wags his tail happily and pants. The dog is fine. I hate dogs now. Bet the Hound. I think it is indeed the one that we helped.
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
He's not mangy at all, no. Well, he can come, but he'd better make himself useful, considering it's not like we have ever wanted a dog. We've never really even seen this kind of dog, so...
And yet we still have Alistair along.
Happy Park. Happy Park. Please enter a name for the dog is a great question. I guess I shall just simply go ahead and name you Ben. And Ben comes from, there's a series here in Finland. Or well, not series, but it was specifically a popular series here. Basically it's the anime kind of a series that I also watched already when I was a child. Maybe from the 7-old or some such. Anyways, it was very popular here. It's of course made in Japanese, but it's almost more popular here in Finland than in any other place in the world, I think. So, anyways, the name of the series was Silver Fang in English, Shinja Reboshi Chin. Nakeraboshi Chin, something like that in Japanese, and then of course Hopeanuoli in Finnish. And Ben is one of the main dog characters in that series because it's basically about dogs going and fighting against horrible beasts, bears and all that. So you shall be Ben. I think that you even look like a Ben. Really, pretty well. There's others that could have fit too, but Ben is good, I'd say. Ben is a good name, nonetheless. There would be others that could fit too, though. Okay, but hi, I think that's good. Ben can be with us. Yeah, I think those are fine. You can have some crawling and all going on. Just follow then. Actually, was there some routes? Yes. There's definitely some routes here, and there's even a dead route all the way back here, so let's just go and round to pick that up too. Most certainly. Not sure if there was anything else. That's at least elf fruit that we already picked up, so possibly nothing else even here. So, let's go and travel forward to Lotharing. To be continued with Kidarusha next time in Dragon Age.